Hey guys, while I am waking up here, I wanted to give you fair warning that I went to bed at about 5 a.m. the night before. I am currently sick and only got about 2.5 hours of sleep. That's why my voice is awful, so please bear with me. And today we are going to be making chili because I wanted some comfort food and chili sounds amazing. So we got him. Don't try to hurry me up, man. Fuck, real mature. Go away. Come on. Let's start the video. Go away. Come on. We are in the Kroger. This will probably be the only time I actually talk to you because I'm using my phone. But we were just picking up a couple things. We were picking up ground beef, tomato sauce, and cumin. Very excited for this. I want chili so bad. Okay, alright, we got the ingredients. I didn't talk as much in the Kroger as I wanted to because it was crowded and I could tell there were Karens there that were just going to be annoying. But I got everything that I needed. It wasn't much, have most of it at home, thankfully. So ready for chili, man. Chili. And we're back. So I am starting this off with drinking some of this Tennessee honey whiskey. Thank you, Seth, for that. But, it's never really fun to cook sober, so might as well have a drink. We are starting this video off with mincing some garlic. I am taking the flat edge of the knife, smashing it lightly to get the husk off. And as you can see, I am doing it incredibly fast because I have been cooking for 4 years and I'm a pro. No editing involved. That's not how this works. I'm just naturally that fast. Throw away those husks, and then we're going to actually mince it. This is 8 cloves that I'm using. Recipe says 6, but I was 8 cloves away from finishing off the bulb, and I like garlic, so might as well do that. So yeah, just mashing that up. Once they are mashed, go ahead and knock over the nice board that your mother gave you because you were chopping too hard. And give those a rough chop. Try to get them, I don't know, as small as you can, evenly placed. But there's really no wrong answers. Even if you just left it minced, it'd be okay. And then once we are done with that, we are going to take them, put them in the nice little containers that my grandmother gave me. Thank you, Nana. And now we are going to be moving on to the chili powder. Getting ahead of myself, but, take another drink. It's been a minute. We did one thing. We need another drink, I think. We're getting the Arbol chilies. I am simply right now just de-stemming them. I didn't want the stems in my chili powder. So, take that extra step. It's kind of worth it. And once again, this is not edited, this is not sped up, this is just how fast I am with a knife. Take your time. You're handling a sharp object. You don't want to go this fast. This is after years and years and years of practice. 4 years, specifically. Anyways, once you've removed the stems, you can go ahead and grab your blender. You can use a blender, you can use a spice grinder, anything that is, you can even use like a mortar and pestle if you want to. Anything that is going to get those chilies into a fine powder. Or the alternative, you can just buy chili powder. You can also do that. I am also just going to get the seeds because I like it spicy. Just get those in there, Brad. Come on, you're a professional. There you go. But yeah, if you're doing this method, which you don't have to, it's extra, it's a lot, but I just had the Arbol chilies and I wanted to use them more. because I bought them and I haven't used them like at all. So just blend those on high or pulse or whatever you want. Um, Honestly, I go a little bit too far. This is probably fine as it is right now, but your world's your oyster. Do it how you like. Once that is ready, though, it should start looking a little bit like this. Looks great. Once it's that consistency, you can go ahead and move on to the next project. For me, it is some loaded baked potatoes because I had some russet potatoes left over and I wanted to use them before they started sprouting and everything. So we're just going to drizzle those with olive oil. You can use any oil that you want. If you got canola or vegetable, no wrong answers here. Season it with salt and pepper, and then just make sure that it's fully coated. We want these things really well bathed. Massage them. Get to know your potatoes. Have you not massaged a potato before? That's a little weird, to be honest. That's when you know that you're a cook. Once you've massaged the potatoes. The potato. I don't know why I said it like that. Sorry. Anyways, once those are nice and covered, throw those into a 400-degree oven for about 45 minutes. If you time this with a chili, then you should be putting those in about 15 minutes after you start simmering it, which is what we're going to start with now. We are putting in the beef, and we are going to start browning it. As you see, I am very clumsy, and I almost just threw the plastic in. I got about 4 pounds of beef in here, and then we are just going to mash it up. We are going to try to do a flip, realize it was off camera, do it again, fail. Sometimes you fail, and that's okay. So you mash that up, and then after that's mashed up, we're going to add that garlic, that wonderful, wonderful ingredient, garlic. Are you guys a garlic fan? I am. I'll use too much garlic, and it's weirdly expensive. It's like a head of, like a bulb of garlic is like $1 for some reason. I don't want it to be $1. I want it to be like 50 cents. That's a weird thing to go on a rant about, but it's fine. Mix that up a bit more. You can get it to kind of whatever consistency you want. I like it a bit more fine. And then once that is nice and mixed up, we'll do a boom, a little snap. And then I realized that I didn't want to do the transition, and I wanted to mess with Rusty. It was fun. It looked like he was actually smelling my finger. Boop. Boop the snoot. And we're back. Bad transition. Anyways, once that is browned and nice and fully cooked through, we're going to add the chili powder that you either bought or grinded yourself. If you grinded it yourself, wait on you. Way to go. Wait, I don't. Bleh. Anyways, and then we're going to add 2 8-ounce cans of tomato sauce, and then 1 6-ounce can of tomato paste, which took me way too long to take out, so I will admit that I did speed up the video right about now. There we go. I'm getting better at this timing. Anyways, after that is put in, we are going to add 2 tablespoons of oregano and cumin. Do not skip on that cumin. That is what is going to make this taste like chili, what you know as chili. That's a cumin there. I love cumin. I gotta use it more, to be honest. I want to make tacos and everything. I don't know if that's what I was going to make before this, but we're making chili now. Give that a good mix, and then we will speed up and realize that we wasted money on a stand mixer because I can stir this fast. Again, years of experience. It helps. Anyways, I did forget salt, so go ahead and salt that bad boy right up. You can do that before, you can do that after. It's fine. Just don't forget to do it. Give it another stir and give it a taste to see if it's good. I was thinking about adding more cumin, and then the heat hit me, and I went, nope. And I wanted more of that whiskey because it was spicy. But yeah, no, it's tasting really good, though I will admit that I forgot to add red cayenne pepper. So we are doing that here. And you also might see that there is more water in that. That's because I forgot to record adding water. We're going to end up adding about cup and a half of water into this. That's just going to prevent burning any of the beef or the garlic, anything like that. Letting it simmer, and then just getting those flavors all together. There we go. I remembered afterwards. I was like, oh, I need to film that. So added a little bit of water. Give it a good mixing, and then we will end up covering that and letting it simmer for an hour. So yeah, you would put in those baked potatoes 15 minutes after doing this, and then the baked potato should come out when the chili is done simmering for its first hour. During that time, I'm gonna keep drinking, cause why not? Finish off that can, cause whiskey's supposed to come in a can. And I'm going to read Scott Pilgrim because I have been behind, and it's really good. But no, I've really excited about this Pass the Camera thing. They're not all going to be cooking videos. I don't know what else I'm doing, but this one I was like, I did want to do a cooking video. It was going to be something different, and then of course sickness hit me, and I was like, I want chili. I want chili really bad, and frankly, spoilers, it was delicious. And we're back. All right, well, now that that has simmered for an hour, we can take that off, and oh, look at it. Look at it. It's beautiful, and we're not even done. Can you believe that? We've got more to do. That kind of sucks whenever you're just like, oh, I want it. You can see here, actually, it is tempting me, and I end up taking a bite of it and burning the shit out of my tongue. Not able to taste it at all because it was just too hot. So don't taste it at this point, or if you do, just let it cool down. Take a second. I do not have asbestos tongue like some chefs do. But anyways, after that has simmered for an hour, we're going to add cornmeal or masa if you have it. If you are doing this, which you probably would, now is the time to add beans. I don't like beans, so I'm not doing that. But now would be the time to do it. We're going to add the masa or the cornmeal. That's going to thicken it. And so I added a bit more water there just because I wanted to make sure it didn't thicken it too much. You can play with that ratio. Just if it's too thick, add more water. If it's too thin, add more cornmeal. Just get it to that consistency that you want. And then once it's done, you are just going to cover that back up and let it simmer for 10 more minutes. And then during that time, we are going to tell it to wait and then get those baked potatoes out of there. And we'll get back to those in just a minute. But in the meantime, during that 10 minutes, I started cooking up the bacon. You can do this a few other ways. I would recommend, if you're doing in like large batches, baking your bacon because it's more efficient. It honestly, I think, comes out better than frying it. It gets that shriveled upness that you don't like. It doesn't really do that whenever you bake it. But I'm only doing 4 pieces here, so I didn't see the need, and I just decided to fry it up. If you are doing bacon, treat it like any other meat. Treat it like a steak. You're going to want to put it down in a hot pan, let it sear. Don't flip it a million times. Let it sear on that one side, flip it once, let it sear on the other side, and then it will be done. That's how you cook bacon. In a pan. Take more whiskey. Always take more whiskey. And as you can see, I only have 3 pieces of bacon because I burned one of the pieces. So maybe don't do what I just said about the only flipping ones because I forgot about it. Chop those up however you like. I am going to be sprinkling these on both the chili and the loaded baked potato. I will go ahead and say that I did mess up the baked potato. I probably should have cut it, scooped out the insides, and then put it back in, added the butter, all that. But it was still really good. So that's a nice thing. Most times, you're not gonna fuck it up. Most times it's still just gonna be delicious. All right. I'm just loading up that chili into a bowl. Really excited. This is where you can start to get creative with the plating. Because as you can see here in a minute, I needed a plate for my baked potato. But yeah, just load that up. I've got the cheese there. If you're also doing a video, do a little more planning. Open the cheese beforehand. I didn't do that though. Anyways, now that we've got that, we're going to realize I need a plate. I need a plate for the potato. So we've got that back. Or I'm going to take a minute because I'm a slowpoke. There you are. Pass, Brad. You goofer. Get that big potato, cut it open. Like I said, maybe do this beforehand. Scoop out the insides. Try not to damage that skin. And then put those, after you've mashed up the insides, put it back in. We've got that on the plate. I'm going ahead and getting some butter and just going to add that in. Rusty is very curious as to what is happening. He's like, there's some great smells in here, Dad. Any chance you want to share some of that with me? I don't. I'll go ahead and say I don't share my food with him. He has his own treats. He is very spoiled. Aren't you, buddy? Where is he? He's somewhere. But he's very spoiled. I don't give him my food. He has plenty of his own stuff. Not to say that he does not beg like any other dog. Get that cheese out. I will say don't buy pre-shredded cheese. They will package that with a bunch of caking agents to prevent it from melting in shipping, but that also keeps it from melting in your food. So shred your own cheese. It's not that much work, and it's going to be so much better. So I've got that in the chili. Went ahead and tried to add it to the loaded baked potato, and it went everywhere except the baked potato. So a little speed up of me putting that back in. Like I said, spoilers. This was all delicious. We're adding that bacon into the loaded baked potato. And I mean, this is just assembly. This is make it however you want. You want to plate it up. If you can make like a sauce for that loaded baked potato, make it really nice and just really pretty. So fun. And then I've got that. That is my chili and loaded baked potato. Very excited to eat it. Though I will say I did just want to show you Rusty there. He's being such a good boy laying down. But of course, I forgot the most important bit, which is Fritos. You need some sort of corn tortilla in there, some sort of corn chip. I like Fritos because they got that flavor. But with that, I will be eating it and catching up on my anime. I will be passing the camera next to Jamie. Don't have any footage of that at the moment. Sorry. But yeah, this was a slam dunk. So delicious. I hope you guys make this. Again, add beans. Like, that's fine. But with that, guys, I will see you next time.